So dramatic. So dramatic. Hey everyone, welcome back to Saturday Morning Toy Tunes, the weekly live stream here on my channel in which we all gather around the modern day campfires of our iPhone screens, computer monitors, and televisions, and talk about stuff that happened in the week in geek. I'm Terry Smith, the host of the show, and this week I'm super excited about the Running Man trailer. I didn't even know it was coming. It totally blew me out of the water when I saw it. I was like, they redid what now? Sorry, I'm just seeing a emergency alert from StreamYard, but apparently it doesn't apply to me because, well, hopefully everybody's seeing this. We'll just say that. How's everybody doing, man? Did you all have a good week? Did you have a good 4th of July? Yeah, my 4th of July was fine. I hung out with my aunt and uncle. They were brats. Amazing brats. Yeah, probably the best brats I ever had. They sent me home with a couple more. Maybe I should have prepared one and eaten it on camera so you guys could see. They're massive. Massive. Like, they got the extra size brat buns and they were still too big for the brat buns. I'm still full. I'm still so full. Jeez. Getting fat, actually. Wow. Gotta rein that in. Anyway, yeah, so later on in the show, top of the hour, maybe, if I get through the comments fast enough, I'm going to be unboxing the live posing the Grand Admiral Thrawn 6-scale figure. I am scrubbed up all to hell. I have scoured my hands clean before this show because this white outfit is very, very white. And it will, if your hands are dirty, it will make a mess. Yeah, it will ruin your figure. I don't want to say ruin, but it will make it dirty. The sideshow figure that I used for the first look, I handled that one a lot. It took a couple days to shoot it. And throughout the process, the cuffs of the sleeves from all the putting on of hands, removing of hands, putting hands back on, and all the posing up and stuff that I was doing. I almost said a wordy dirt. It did develop a little bit of a yellowish, dirty tinge there on the cuffs. And yeah, it was very sad, but fortunately that was not my figure. It was Sideshow's. It's like a demo figure, so probably won't be featured in a giveaway. So, let's see. Just looking around here, I feel like I've done something wrong. Yeah, you may have noticed, if you came to this show early on, that the thumbnail misidentified the figure that I'm going to be posing as the Range Trooper 6-scale figure. It's left over from a previous show. Yeah, and I just neglected to change it. Trying to get things together in a hurry here. I woke up late. Dobby had to go to the park. I had to cook breakfast because, why not? I guess I could have gone and gotten donuts, but yeah, trying to get away from the donuts thing. Anyway, so how's everybody? Let's see who else here with us today. Bitter Troll is here. He's ready to let's go. Universal Key, what's up, dude? Good to see you as well. Steve Nara from Virginia Beach is here. What's up, man? Happy 4th weekend to my fellow Americanos. Let's talk geek. Shelf dive. For the Night Trooper. Yeah. Fortunately, these Trooper figures are super hardy. Super sturdy. I will, of course, have to repose him. But, you know, whatever. If there's one thing I like doing, it's posing action figures. Good thing, because that's what I do for a living. Got a creepy vibe here for the tunes today. There we go. Fixed. Done and doner. He'll probably fall again, but if that happens, I'll fix it again. Liza Sulla is here. What's up? How are things in the Great White North? Has to be cooler than here, right? The humidity is back. It is a miserable, miserable day here in the Midwest. And it has me thinking once again that maybe I need to move somewhere else. I just hate it. I hate it so much. Morning, one and all. I pulled my keyboard apart and fixed the problem with my N key, so now any typos are purely my own. Congratulations, Mike. Good to hear from you as well. Sorry that I didn't go with your suggestion for my name, but I just thought that was funnier. Stop filming me. Oh yeah. Who else? Garrett is here. What's up, Garrett? Yeah, I got to get that fixed. I'm trying to think of all the awesome screw ups that occur if you're missing your S and C. Yeah. Yeah, that could be a problem in your line of work. Especially. I guess pretty much anybody's line of work. if there is a computer involved in your line of work. I feel like I repaired something recently. What was it? Maybe I'm just thinking about something in the distant past. Oh, I'm not at all animated today, and I don't know why. So much talk about computers. John Galgano is here. What's up, dude? Morning all. Last night was full of humidity. The stench of sulfur and explosions until 1 a.m. That's intolerable. Not a fan of fireworks myself. Yeah. For various reasons. Oddly enough, as scared as Dobby is of everything, from humans to bridges, he does not even flinch when it comes to fireworks. Doesn't care. Not bothered. Not remotely bothered by them. It's so weird. Met an interesting guy on our walk this morning. His name's Steven. Shocked me when he told me that he's 72 years old, because he looks my age easily. He guessed my age, but he was off by a year, which I thought was really impressive, because, yeah. But yeah, interesting cat. It's kind of nice when you're isolated as much as I am, and I'm isolated a lot. I don't get out much. I don't hang out with people much. But on that rare occasion when somebody will just show up and just be like, hey, what's up, man? Let's chat. I'm like, yeah, I welcome that. That's good. Let's do that. You like Dramatic Terry, huh? Oh, good for you. I should see a movie this week. There's so many that I haven't seen that I want to. F1, 28 weeks later, years later, and Jurassic World. Dominion? Is that what it's called? Pretty sure it's Dominion, but I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. My lungs and sinuses are too irritated to sleep. Is that because of the smoke in the air or just in general for the allergies? Because my allergies, I don't usually have allergy issues. Past couple days, I definitely have. I sneeze so much that I question whether or not I was healthy. Might have something to do with all this dust that's blowing around here right now. I just looked over and realized that my speakers are dusty. I haven't dusted them in a while. Good day, Parade in Nashville, and they sent me home with some free beer and water cases. What? That's fun. Free anything is good. What's up, Renz, all the way down in the Philippines? How you doing? Hopefully someday you get a ghost show down there. But man, we've talked about this before, and I feel like it's unlikely. The Catholicism is strong with the Philippines, and I feel like a band that openly flips Catholicism on its head as its shtick is probably not going to be welcome there. It's a band that I like called Tenariwen. They're less of a band and more of a collective of Tuareg musicians from Northern Africa, tribal musicians from Northern Africa. They're fantastic. And they were doing a show in, I think it was Raleigh, North Carolina. And I very nearly went because at the time, I want to say that they were under threat of violence from people. And I kind of wanted to go just so I could, I don't know, support. But in the end, it wound up being too long of a trip. Not too early, but shot coming from you, man. You're usually not. It's usually up to Keith Lee or a Bitter Troll to make a comment like that. But it's welcome and fun. Wow, let's not go too far. I got my I submitted all my images for the gallery show at Webster University. It's coming up on September 12th. That's actually starting the first week of August. The images will be there on display from August 2nd all the way up to mid-September or something like that, mid to late September. So they'll be up there for a while. I started with 60. And I wound up not shooting anything new. It's wound up taking so long just to type up cut line info and all that stuff for the images that I did have that I just didn't have time to shoot anything new. Well, nothing that I liked anyway. Ooh, apple pie. Now, why didn't we not have apple pie yesterday? We had brownies with ice cream and caramel for dessert. I guess brownies are kind of an American treat, right? I'm going to be live unboxing Barack this Monday. Any suggestions or things I need to watch out for handling him? No, he's a pretty sturdy figure. Perhaps I want to say, actually, now that I think about it, I feel like I had a problem with the left pauldron. The left pauldron broke off, and look at that. I'm accidentally doing a thumbnail. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's get this out of the way. Got it. So yeah, look out for those pauldrons. They can break. I hope I'm not remembering something different. Yeah, not kind of. I did a search in Epidemic Sound for Evil Empire, and this is the stuff that popped up, and it's very much more of a horror vibe than a evil militaristic vibe. So I need to figure out my search parameters, nail them down a little bit better. Yeah, something kind of sounds like it, doesn't it? Yes. That's I can kind of hear it. It probably didn't make it to the microphone because it was too far away. Because my eyes are my eyes, I actually thought you said it's beautiful here in Ahsoka today. I'm not a Star Wars nerd at all. Low 70s and blue skies, that's my kind of weather. Actually, 60s is my ideal temperature. That's my ideal high temperature. 70s, I start to get a little bit uncomfortable. So, I don't know. I'm going to have to move to Svalbard, maybe. Yeah, Apple's probably healthier. And apparently much more American. Yeah. As apple pie. American as apple pie. Yeah, dude. Seriously. I can't even take it. Maybe you're right. Maybe I should just move to Alaska. But you guys have been under some heat advisories in recent years, as I recall. Weather's going to weather. Climate's going to climate. Climate's going to climate. Right? Did it look like I was groping, like, breasts there? Oh, God, I'm weird. Finally got around to seeing Sinners last night. Oh, it is on Max now. That's what I'm doing today. I'm really ashamed of myself for not having seen that in theaters, but I am glad that I will at least get to see it. So far, out of all the movies we've seen this summer, F1 tops the list, and John Wick is at the bottom. The new John Wick ballerina? Really? That's disappointing. I hate to hear that. Slipknot got canceled. Yeah, see, if Slipknot's going to get canceled, you can bet that you're not going to get... Did they get canceled for ticket sales, or did they get canceled because of protests? What was the deal? Ironheart. I have now seen Ironheart all the way through twice. I watched the first 3 episodes when they came out, the last 3 episodes when they came out, and then turned around and went back and watched all 6 episodes again. I gotta say, man, I don't know what the general consensus is out there in the geekosphere, but I think it's a really strong entry. I'm so happy with that show in so many different ways. I loved how complex the character of Riri is. They could have gone a whole other way with that and just kind of, I don't want to say phoned it in because I think that's an unkind phrase, but I think that's what I'm kind of getting at. And they definitely did not do that. It's she was just such a morally ambiguous character, and I did not expect that. Did not expect that at all. And I don't want to spoil anything, but Sacha Baron Cohen, Glee meter went into the red. I mean, seriously, I didn't realize how much I was looking forward to that kind of a thing happening in the MCU. And yeah. It's great. So if you haven't seen it, again, I'm going to try not to spoil anything for anybody here, but if you haven't seen it, please go see it, because turn on your TVs and watch it. It's really, really strong. I picked up on things the second viewing of it that I didn't pick up on before. I should have made a list and talked about it here, as it stands, I can't really discuss it without leaving things out, probably important things, and I would just be babbling. So no, I'm not ready for it. I won't be talking about it. Let's give it a little bit of an embargo, and maybe I'll talk about it in a week or two. But yeah, man. Yeah. My wax nutsack is right here. Ever present. Ever present. I actually haven't seen Slipknot. I would like to. I came to them late, like 2 years ago, something like that is when I started really looking at their stuff, and it's good. Yeah. Yeah, it's just such a weird place that we live in right now. I was reading an article where they were talking about the quality of you know how IMDb's review system used to be a reliable indicator of the quality of a film that you were thinking about going to see, and it's just not anymore. There's no gatekeeping there at all. They just allow anybody to come in, whether they've seen the movie or not, and give it a 1-star review. So the organized review bombing is, at least in that venue, effective. Platform, rather, not venue. Platform is effective. I do something, man. Do something, IMDb. If you're watching this, and why wouldn't you be? Yeah, it's. I mean, at least with Rotten Tomatoes, you can rely on critic scores. Yeah, and to an extent. Yeah, I think all my quibbles for Ironheart were eradicated in my second viewing, and I've come to terms with the fact that it's pretty much a perfect show. It's I mean, it gives this Iron Man fan an Iron Tech fix. They brought a couple of really interesting characters into the MCU. That was, again, I don't want to spoil anything, but there were three characters, including the Hood, that I really treasured back when I was reading comic books, and to see the Hood done so well, there were just moments where that guy was just on point. And I started watching immediately after finishing up Ironheart. I started watching Hamilton because I'd never seen Hamilton before. I only got 2 songs in, and then I was tired and had to go to bed. But I'm probably going to wrap that up this weekend as well, because what a great show. Wish I'd seen it on stage. Yeah, no coffee here, man. Only clear, clean water. You know, you have to legitimately look at it as a whole. Episodes 1 through 3 are the build. I mean, seriously, it's a 3-act play in 6 episodes. It's meant to be a single story arc. And I really hope that people will actually start understanding that, and get over the whole notion that every episode has to be a self-contained story, because that's not what they're doing anymore. It's a new world we're living in, and I'm thrilled with it. Although sometimes you just want to watch a single episode of something. I get that. It's very hard to rewatch TV shows. It's hard enough to try to rewatch a movie. That's a time commitment in and of itself, but at least it's only 6 episodes. There's that. Oh, fair enough. No, I've actually forgotten how I handle breasts. I have no memory of handling breasts ever. The interior of Alaska can get into the 90s, so South Central Alaska, sticking around the 60s and 70s at the height. Okay, that's good to know. Mr. Walker, L. Walker is here. What's up, dude? Scrolling. Oh. Jurassic World Rebirth was at the bottom? Really? Right? Oh. Yeah, 28 years later is really going to be awesome. I predict. Danny Boyle can do no wrong in my mind. I've loved everything that man has made, and especially when he teams up with Alex Garland. They are unstoppable. Who runs Bartertown? Who run Bartertown? Canceled because of COVID back in 2020, but announced to continue the Asia tour when the pandemic settled. But unfortunately, Manila wasn't on the list anymore. Arr. Sorry, man. That's lame. Yeah, dude, she's got me. She very clearly had, the character very clearly had issues before that tragedy that unfolded in her life, and that only exacerbated everything. I challenge anybody to put themselves in her circumstances and come out better. I do. Yeah. Great character. Any review system that lets the public in general have input is inherently flawed, including IMDb and the audience side of RT. Agreed 100%. The compilation of pro reviews on RT is still a decent measure, I think. Yeah, that and Metacritic. Metacritic is a bit harsher than Rotten Tomatoes pro reviews, but you know, at least if a show or a film is doing great on Metacritic, then you know that it's going to be quality. They've never let me down. Anything 60 or above on Metacritic, I usually find that I can at least enjoy. Once you get into the 70s and 80s on Metacritic, then you know you've got something special. I'm so ready for Superman. I am so ready for Superman. Yeah, and I'm with you on the whole less crowded theater thing. Like, I shuffle my work schedule around when there's a movie I want to see, so that I can go see it during the day, unless I'm seeing it with Keith and Allie Lee. My thoughts on Hot Toys Superman is that it is very strong. I actually think that it nails it a bit more than the name of that company that I can never remember. Man, what is that company's name? InArt. Yeah, I think that they did I think that theirs is a better looking figure than InArt, but I'm maybe rightly accused of bias in that regard. I don't know. Oh yeah, dude, so good. So good. It's like, what a shift in gears, and just so much fun. I was not familiar with that character. But damn, she was a lot of fun. I'm a little worried, so I want Superman to be good. It really needs to be, because it's the tent pole we're setting the DCU. But hey, it's James Gunn. He knows how to entertain. Damn straight he does. My experience with Superman films and Superman fans' reactions to Superman films is that those reactions are largely based on prejudice. That is to say that the people can be prejudiced because of their own view of what Superman is. Because Superman has evolved so much over the years as a character, and so some people may be a fan of the old school, like black and white Superman television show, or the cartoon, or the Chris Reeve, or, you know, now these days we have everybody who likes the Zack Snyder Superman, and that is going to inform people's unfortunately that's going to inform a lot of people's reactions. So my advice to anybody out there who's on the fence about whether or not they're going to see Superman, don't let the opinions of others sway you at all. Just go see it and appreciate it for what it is, because I guarantee it's going to be different than anything else we've seen. I love that they've done they've reintegrated the John Williams score into the John Williams theme, I should say, into the show, into the film, because it's you're never going to top that. I mean, Hans Zimmer did a fine job doing what he did with Man of Steel, but nothing will ever top the John Williams score for Superman. Just can't happen. You know, you're not the only person to say that. The first review that I read about it said something very similar. But in the end, ultimately, I kind of appreciated the faster pacing. I walked into it thinking that I was going to have the same experience that you had here, because I'd been kind of informed by this reviewer, and it didn't hit me at all. Maybe I was thinking that it was going to be worse. I mean, I kind of see the point, because you got Riri, you've got the Hood, then you've got the whole Magic episode, then you've got what's his name showing up, and yeah, they packed a lot into that show. Zelma, that's her name. Yeah, I want to hang out with Zelma. I do. I just want to be her friend. She'd be a lot of fun at parties, little magic tricks. Yeah. My favorite new character in a long time. Yeah. Yeah, again, I had no experience with her because I don't read Doctor Strange. I do have, actually, a hardbound compilation of the issues in which she appeared, though, that I've just never read. So I'll get around to it at some point. Yeah, man, I just love Zelma's mom, the hat. I'm so into hats now. I'm already looking at more hats. This will get me through the summer, but once winter gets here, I'm gonna want something to keep my head warm. I just want this to shut up the Snyderverse guys. Yeah. I enjoyed Man of Steel to death, man. I think it's a great film, and it Snyder had a story to tell, and he had themes he wanted to discuss, and he used Superman as an avenue for that, and fine, that's fine. And I really enjoyed it a lot. I enjoyed the subsequent films less so. But yeah, with you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there were real tears the first time I watched a trailer from this movie. He's very visual. And I think that's what I appreciate mostly about him, because I'm a visual kind of guy myself. He needs to stay away from the scripts. He's brilliant working from someone else's script. Yeah, that's it. Did he write the script for Day of the Dead? I really don't remember. But that movie was great. Very enjoyable. Yeah, it's they did a fine job with the hood. And I actually don't know the Hood's background. I came into the Hood late, I guess, because it seemed like he was, in the comics I was reading, he was already actively doing things. So he must have been introduced in a title that I wasn't reading. And then Brian Michael Bendis, keep bringing his name up because he's just so incredible. Brian Michael Bendis really brought him and made him a really relevant character in the MCU, on the street level especially. Is that her name? Yeah, okay, I knew she was in a different world. I believe that she does cartoon voices. She's got that kind of a voice. Yep. I think we're all in agreement on that. All right, it's 10 o'clock. You know what that means. It's time to unbox. So let's get to unboxing. Let's let the posing begin. I'm pumped. Oh, really? That's fascinating. Huh. So that's how they know each other. It's like I know that Gunn was calling up Snyder and asking him a few things about the pants, about the underwear, about the red underwear. I was like, this is crooked. My level is not in here, so we're just gonna, well, let's see. Do I have anything spherical? Like a marble. What the hell would I be doing with a marble? Don't answer that. Anyway. Alright, here we go. Grand Admiral Thrawn. Check it out. Excellent portrait, as you can see, of Lars Mikkelsen in the role of the heir to the Empire, not heir to the Empire. That's me. Little bit of a tease of that little accessory, the Chimera hologram. That's with the Eye of Sion. That's a really cool accessory that I don't recall if I implemented when I had the figure before. So let's open this thing up, see what he's doing. Got a solid insert image there, featuring Captain Enoch and a couple of Night Troopers. I still say Captain Enoch and the Night Troopers needs to be somebody's band name. What kind of a band would Captain Enoch and the Night Troopers be? I mean, obviously not a metal band. Some kind of a funk, blues fusion kind of a thing, maybe? I don't know. Anybody have any ideas? My marbles were lost ages ago, bro. Synth rock, I could get into that. Definitely get into that. Superman doesn't really need to be a big financial hit, but it does need to reestablish quality storytelling for the DCU. That's a fair statement. I agree. Wow. He comes with more than I remembered. I'd forgotten about the data pad. And there's a stand there for the hologram of the Chimera. You can see these little this little area over here. That's the code cylinders. Those are actually more challenging to put in there than I would like. I may have to run and get some tweezers for that action. Whew, okay, just checking my hands to make sure there's nothing. I haven't picked up any grime or oil or dust from when I was wiping off that speaker. That got my fingers dirty again, didn't it? Oops. Oh well. The thing about this figure is that I don't think it's selling as well as they'd hoped. I get why they ordered so many of them, because it's Grand Admiral Thrawn. I mean, he's one of the most, arguably one of the most, oh, I forgot about that stuff. Have to determine whether or not I want to use that. There's a adhesive on the bottom of this, and so you have to use this adhesive to apply it to the base. Where's the little hole? Lost my marbles. Can't find my little pole. Yeah, I'm honestly trying to remember why. Oh, because there's a little hollow. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's just go ahead and see if I can find this. I think it's underneath. I'm totally unorganized with my unboxing here today. Feels like I'm not operating at 100% capacity. There we go. You've got a little hollow table here, like a little battlefield hologram that's meant to go underneath the hologram of the Chimera. And I don't remember if it's possible. I don't think it is. No, it's not. So you pull off the adhesive on this stuff so that you can attach it permanently to this hologram, this battlefield holo map, and it looks really, really cool when you do it. I want to say that I didn't have to use it on the Sideshow figure because the keyhole was so tight around the post that it didn't slide down. Now, obviously, mine is not as tight, so it's gonna drop. But I'll just use tape. Because, you know, I do kind of like to keep my figures in mint condition whenever I can. Not that I haven't sold anything in... I don't even remember the last time I sold a figure. But one day I might. Circumstances may force me to. Eventually I hope to move into a smaller place. Just so I don't have to maintain it as much. But that will mean less room for 6-scale. So... some of that 6-scale is going to have to go eventually. If not all. I have made the statement that I don't want to be a 60-year-old man with a house full of action figures. Fuck. Close one. Smacked his head pretty good. Speaking of head. Pulling up the plastic. Oh, that's right. He's got the posable eyes. Yeah, look at that portrait. That is Lars Mikkelsen, ladies and gentlemen. That's really good. I feel like the Ahsoka line from Hot Toys has, more than any other line, successfully given us a solid portrait for every character. I'm not saying perfect, but close to it. I mean, tell me if you think I'm crazy, but I mean, I think Balin's skull maybe isn't quite there. It's great, but it's not amazing. The Ahsoka portrait is on point. The not Hera. Yeah, Hera Syndulla portrait is on point. And this one is on point. Just such a shame that they chose not to go with an Ezra Bridger figure. Okay, wow, so much plastic. Look, they've even done plastic. This is terrifying. They've got plastic around the legs here as it goes into the boot. Which again, that's just terrifying to me. That tells me that there's a very real reason to be concerned that the black boots are going to stain those white pants. I've gone ahead and pulled off the boots to pull the plastic off, and it's a good thing. Just look at this. You don't often get this view, but that little padding right there around the ankles to pad up those boots, so that when you're articulating them, they don't bunch up in a way that looks unnatural. Good work, Hot Toys. It's almost like Hot Toys knows what they're doing. Now I've got to get the boots back on. This is going to take some work. He wears brown pants. Oh, I think we're there. Yeah. It didn't give a definitive click going on, so I thought maybe I'd messed it up, but... Let's see. I'll have to tuck those pants down in there further again. Oh, this has kind of a Star Wars-y vibe. Almost like, there we go. Almost like, I don't know, Dagobah. Plastic. So much plastic. I used to have a real problem with the environmentalist in me had a real problem with the fact that my chosen career is in plastics. If that makes any sense. I did not like... Why am I leaving that comment up there? That's actually happening right now, Lane. It's in the studio right now being shot. I got partway done with it on Thursday before clocking out, and I intend to finish it up, if not today, then tomorrow. Because I took a little bit of time off on Wednesday. Just wasn't really 100% feeling it. That can happen. It is possible to grow weary of one's job playing with action figures. Okay. Oh, more styling. Yeah, I'm gonna need those tweezers, y'all. I'm gonna be right back. I know exactly where they are. I'm a filthy liar. I have a tray that I use for 6-scale parts. When I'm working with a figure, I just put all the figure's parts into a particular tray. And usually the tweezers are there, screwdriver, what have you, so everything is right in a place where it's not going to get lost. And I forgot that I had moved the tray into the living room where I was working on Jack Sparrow. Okay. I'm just going to do one of these at a time. Where's the stand? I'm just going to put them on a stand. Yeah, I am all discombobulated today. I almost didn't do the show just because I'm like, man, I feel all out of sorts today. I don't know how good of a show I'm going to be able to do for these people. But, well, too late now. Alright. There we go. I'm not feeling it. Not feeling the music. We're going to go back to... There we go. Shuffle that. Boom. Maybe that's my problem. Laura Keelis is out the door. See you, Laura. Yeah, I was seeing Lane's comment about Iron Man. Yeah, I was hesitant about it, but my fears have been allayed by what I've touched. It's great. And for an entry-level, quote-unquote, figure, it's really solid. There we go. Code cylinder number 1 is done. Cylinder number 2 is done. Code cylinder number... Oh, there's a hair on him. Yeah, it starts. Oh, another hair. God, what's all this hair? Dobby, stop shedding. I'm one to talk to Dobby about shedding. Oh my god, that's really loud. Okay. There are probably more of my hairs laying around this house than there are of his. Dance and juggle? Or dance and jiggle? You probably get more jiggle than juggle out of me. Okay. Now he's starting to look like a Grand Admiral with a flimsy nameplate. There it is. Shiny. All right, what do I want to do with this guy? Here's his data pad. Lady Tano's master was General Anakin Skywalker. I can't even tell. Is that what, does it say that on there? Get over there. Will it focus? Of course it's in Arabesh. That I kind of want to take the take a photo of it, blow it up larger than life, and translate what that data pad is saying. Just for kids. I suspect that it's something relevant to the show, because they're all about the details at Lucasfilm. That's interesting. Unique blaster pistol, kind of loosely based on a that looks like a Sterling submachine gun grip, so it's kind of based on an E11. So let's see what he can do. Pistol hand. Wow. Kind of annoying that he doesn't have a left fist. He has these gesturing hands. Garden variety. 1 second here. Boom, boom, done. And he has this really weird hand. It's meant to, I guess, meant to hold the data pad. He also has these hands that will, like, clasp. He's got clasping hands so that he can have his hands clasped behind his back. I was originally planning on doing that for my shelf, but, and I still might. Let's just go ahead and do the data pad while we got it up. I feel like this is the way to do it. Yeah, there we go. Holds it nicely. It's got a nice grip on there. Another hair. Another hair. God. Another hair. God, so many hairs. Yeah, that's why I want to say that the hairs and constantly having to lint roll this the uniform was a large part of the reason why this figure took me so long. Because at the time, I think Piper was still alive, and she has black fur. Had black fur. Yeah, just something simple would be to just take that arm, put it behind his back. And just have him post up like that. Obviously, you would want to adjust the eyes so that they're actually pointing at it, but I'm not going to bother doing that because there's just no real reason for it. Yeah, it's not my hairs, it's dog hair. I win. I beat you to it. For dogs? Sorry, my hair's getting cut off soon anyway. I think I'm gonna leave my hair long until the ghost show. At which point I will cut it all off after that. Yeah, I think so. I think that's it. I think that'll be the end. It's all crooked. Okay, we're done with that data pad. Or more appropriately, the data pad is done with us. One of these days I'm going to do that and a tooth is going to come out. Wow, I really should have brought a hairdryer to the game. I think I already talked about that. Maybe you walked away from the computer. But yeah, I saw them. Yeah, dude, I know. It's crazy. It's crazy. When I bought tickets, I was just like, or when I bought my ticket, I only bought one. I was like, this is so far away. I don't even know if I'll live that long. And sure enough, it's here. It's upon us, as with all things. I mean, I didn't think Fantastic Four was ever going to get here, or Superman. I feel like I use this track for a Mandalorian video. Feels appropriate. Nice soft hands. Nice soft fingers on those hands. Very easy to get that blaster into that hand. Yeah, I actually don't know any of the details on the in-art version. I don't know what accessories it comes with or what. All I saw was the photo of the portrait. I haven't actually seen the full figure and its accessories yet. I think at the time that I saw it, they hadn't revealed all of it. It was just a teaser. That is, in fact, my plan, to donate my hair. Oh, good quote. Yeah, that's a great quote. What's up, Beskar? I did not know you were here. It's funny, the only character I can think of that would also suit the hands behind their backs is Grand Moff Tarkin. Yeah, something like that. Or a complete lack of concern, like... If you can remain calm in the face of combat, then... that's a leader to inspire. One assumes. What do I know about leaders? Or inspiration? Or combat? I was telling a story to my aunt and uncle yesterday about the first time I did airsoft. And I single-handedly wiped out all 4 people on the enemy's team. Snuck around behind them and like I did the bang bang thing. I was too close to them. I got close enough where I didn't have to fire my gun. I just said bang. And then took out the other 2 who were like further advanced towards my team. And everybody was like, what the hell just happened to Terry? And then the next round I got taken out in like 5 seconds. But it's just, talk about, it was like the quintessential beginner's luck. Okay. Oh. You know what? Thrawn, I was going to do a full-on like Han Solo style pose of Thrawn. What am I doing touching that? And then it occurred to me that that's not how Thrawn plays with his pistol. There's a scene in Rebels where he's taking out, I guess he's taking out those assassin droids once he finally gets his hands on a weapon. And he legitimately does it with the gun up and his hand behind his back or at his side. He's not doing anything, but that's fine. I'm going to tell my own story here. You'll allow that, right? Get his arm up. You know, I'm going to show you this here before I get too far along, but hopefully it shows up. It's pretty hot. The image is pretty hot, but you can see right here, especially, that's the most prominent area, but you can see that his uniform is scuffed, which is screen accurate. That's how it looks in the film, on the show. Oh God, so many hairs. Stiff joints, very stiff joints. Okay. Okay. Oh, that expression. It's another thing that's going to be hard to illustrate here is the eyes, because they're just so dark. I'm not sure if they're going to show up. Oh yeah, they are. Those chiss eyes, those red chiss eyeballs. Does that look right? Now the ring light is putting a catch light in there that's not at all attractive. That's got to be close enough. Not very posable, these boots. Don't like it. Yeah, see, the whole wide-legged pose with Thrawn, and now this is just not even a rough pose, this is just kind of like experimentation. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. I know we've seen him in actual physical combat with said assassin droids, but man, yeah, that's not working for me at all. What I'm thinking I like is the idea of him just kind of casually strolling forward. God, they really just didn't give me the hand that I want for this. I guess they figured that no one was actually going to have Thrawn in a combat posture, which is fine. That's fucking horrible. I guess it's gonna have to be this one. God damn. I kind of hope the tooth comes out on camera. I really do. Oh, talk about your views, but then I'm here for kicks, not clicks. Okay, let's see here. All right. That's just such a weird hand. Okay, this isn't working for me at all. We're gonna do the hand behind the back pose, and we're gonna like it. Is this not a... It is a magnet. Okay, good. Whew. God. I still have... I feel like I should still have nightmares about the time that they actually... The old days when they actually had buttons instead of magnets to fasten these holsters. Those sucked. All too frequently would not work. Yeah. Please, let's never go back to that. If anyone's listening. Okay. Right hand, left hand. Where is it? There it is. Okay. So let's illustrate this. You have this hand, and you have this hand. These are the hands that are meant to be clasped behind the back, I believe. So let's get them on. Pick. There we go. Okay. And number 2. God. Sorry for the comment. It's still on there. Is that right? Cyrillic, not Orabesh? That's crazy. This is funny. Nice one. Okay. All right. It's just so antithetical to me to do such a. I mean, even. I mean, guys know I'm an advocate of a well-done museum pose, but Thrawn's hands behind the back pose is a little much even for me. I'm not even showing this one, it's weird. Okay.
How about that? Okay, sorry for that, everyone. Yeah, the power went out for a little bit, and then oh, okay. I was like, I'm hearing myself. Um, yeah, the power went out, and then when it rebooted a few minutes later, it took some time for it to reconnect to the Wi-Fi. So yeah, well, we're back now. Yay! All right, where was I? Posing. That's right. I'll edit that out. I think you can edit that out in post, so to speak. I feel like I'm missing a light. Maybe like, I don't know. Anyway. Okay, so yeah, I was trying to figure out, let's see, this hand is supposed to go in this hand. Like, trying to figure out how I would do it. Like, okay, so yeah, he's going to be clasping his hands like this. So I need to get this hand to slide into that hand. And get it over the top like so. Slide it even further into there. Trying to hide the, I mean, nobody's ever going to see these hands, but I'll know, you know? Oh, yeah, music, right? Like, what's missing? Tunes. There we go. Boom. Okay, now we got to get those hands to lower a little bit and get them kind of even. I want that to look as natural as possible. And I'm completely failing to do that. Anyway, how many people are still here? 24? That's not bad, man. You guys were tenacious. Wait, reset audio input? Oh, so is my... Let me see. Audio... Oh, yeah, it's using that stupid microphone. Where is it? Audio 19. There we go. Boom, boom. Yeah, cool. Thank you for that comment that alerted me to that situation there. Appreciate that. Okay, I am not really 100% happy with how these hands and arms are performing. So I'm going to try to get him to lower them into a more natural posture. And because we're not dealing with soft tissue, it's just really, really hard to do. That's good. Okay, let's adjust that belt. Oh, almost lost a code cylinder there. Now, typically I would do like a hip adjustment, like have his hip cocked one way or the other, but I don't think he ever does that. I think militaristic, he would just be standing straight and erect. Have fun with that, Keith. So it's fun because I set his eyes, his eyes are a bit offset. And I kind of like that because it makes it a little bit more menacing. Oh yeah, dude, this is really, even in a static pose like this, it's just he's just such an imposing character. For those of us who've read Heir to the Empire and the Timothy Zahn novels with Grand Admiral Thrawn, to see this brought to life is a real joy, a real treat. Okay, so I'm gonna have him on the stand, but I want him slightly offset so that he's kind of looking at the viewer if you're just looking straight on at a detov. So just trying to twerk that a little bit, tweak that a little bit. Give him a little bit taller, more upright posture.
Sweet. Is he slightly off center? No, he's fine. If anything, the table's off kilter a little bit, like I predicted this earlier. So let's go ahead and get. I mean, obviously, I'm going to want to put this in there with him as well. And just for kicks, kind of want to bring in the Night Trooper. Back at that. And 1 second. Captain Enoch. There we go. Trying to move the whole table, which is always a treacherous endeavor. There we go. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way for now. But that's it. That's I'll be making some tweaks to Enoch and to the Night Trooper. Why not make them now, right? While I'm here. Let's lower that blaster. Arm up, down, over. Don't you move. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Yeah, I don't like Enoch's pose, actually. I know that's the pose that I hit when I had him on the show, I think. Weird. Those armor collisions are real. Gonna do something here really quick. There we go. That's better. It's a lot going on with that skirt. There we go. That's better. That still looks a little gangly, like his feet his legs are too far apart, like he's trying too hard, or like I'm trying too hard. More like it. Yeah, it's not me. There we go. Good looking figure. Yeah, kind of surprising that they opted not to go with that. I don't know how well that figure would have sold. Yeah, you're not wrong there. But they do the ratcheted joints thing, which kind of defeats that. It makes it difficult to make minor adjustments. You have to correct with the torso. Which then knocks the gun askew. There we go. It's really not a stunning pose. Yeah, just see how he's just kind of... Yeah. I think his feet are too parallel. So I think that's a little bit better. Yeah, he doesn't need to be standing as tall and at attention as Thrawn is. Not yet. Not yet. Bitchin'. No, not yet. Not yet. Maybe. I'm sorry, man. I know I'm being just so quiet, but I'm just having fun reading these comments. Oh, thanks, Keith. Yeah, that definitely helped restore the power. That's what it took. Had to throw the power. Had to throw the power company people a couple of bones. That's good to know, though, because I actually thought that the stream was over when that happened. I was just like, oh, well, that's it. I didn't realize that it was going to keep going. And it wasn't until I broke out my phone to post that comment that I was like, oh my god, it's still going. Maybe I can salvage this. At this point, I'd already quit out of Chrome. I had turned off the camera and walked away like, okay, well, we're done. So yeah, it's a good thing that that we started that conversation, Keith and Mike. Yeah, I don't know, man. Hot Toys is doing really great things with the hair. They were able to, in the way that they style it and lock it into place. So I predict that Chewbacca will be just fine. My only concern is the hair falling out over time. But it's not going to stop me from getting Chewbacca. Now, the thing about getting Chewbacca is that it is, of course, the Empire version of Chewbacca, and we're talking about the Jedi version of Han. I'm not aware enough of the differences in Chewbacca's costume from Episode 5 to Episode 6. So, it may be marginal, minimal. I don't know. So, yeah, you do you, man. I predict that there will be a Jedi version of Chewbacca at some point. Just as I predict there will also be an Empire version of Han, and that's what I'm holding out for. That's my plan. Get the Empire Chewbacca and wait for the Empire Han. Play the long game. No such thing as an emergency collectible. Yeah, if only that were the case. With my freeze ray, I will stop the pain. All right, guys. I'm going to call that a stream. That took way too long to hit that stoic pose with Grand Admiral Thrawn. Still got to tuck his pants back into his boots a little bit here, I think. I want to say I got called out for that in the comments of the video that I did for Sideshow. Because when I popped the boots off to pull the plastic off, when you put the boots back on, the pants ride up a little bit. And I didn't, apparently, push them back down. Still, I think it's fine. God, that's going to be a cool looking shelf. Yeah, I'm glad I got the Night Trooper instead of the Death Trooper. That there would have been a distinct lack of balance in those colors. just having all that black on this side with all this white everywhere else, just it wouldn't. That would not have been attractive for me. Where are we at here? My hat is raining havoc. Thank you, thank you. Oh, I hate feeling woozy. I'm sorry for you, man. That sucks. I'm gonna go lay down too. I have an episode of a show to watch on Apple TV Plus. It's the one with Taron Egerton. What's it just called? Is it just called Flame or Fire or something? I don't know. It's a single word title. It's a pretty good show. Pretty good show. Anyway, you guys all have a good weekend and enjoy your weekend. I don't know what I'll be doing next week on the show. Might have to borrow a figure. But anyway, yeah, hope to see you back here next week. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry about the little kerfuffle with the internet and the power. But yeah, we got through it. You guys have a good weekend, and until next time, be good to your plastic.